March 19, 1944. Corporal Glenn L Sullivan, widely known Vincennes soldier, killed in Italy. The life of another Vincennes youth was lost in the War of Italy. It was learned late Saturday when relatives here received a telegram from the War Department announcing that Corporal Glenn L Sullivan is killed in action in Italy on February the 25th. Corporal Sullivan was widely known in Vincennes. His wife, the former Miss Mary Frances Lockie, and son, Ronnie Jean, lived at the home of her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jewel Lockie, 911 North 2nd Street. Miss Sullivan was out of the city when the telegram arrived, having left the city by train to visit friends at Brunswick, Georgia. His parents, Mr. and Mrs. Harry Sullivan, long residents of Vincennes, moved to Lakeland, Florida about 2 years ago. Jesse L. Sullivan, former police chief, is his uncle. He also has a brother, Charles, now an Army aviation cadet in Iowa. Corporal Sullivan was a graduate of Vincennes High School and a former player on the football team here. He entered the Army in September 1942 and received his early training at Fort Devens, Massachusetts. He was back from Fort Devens for only a 3-day visit at his home here before going abroad in February 1943. He participated in the campaigns in North Africa, Sicily, and in the first landing on the mainland of Italy. Anzio Beachhead. His last letter to Miss Sullivan was written on February 24th, the day before he was to be killed in action. At the top of the letter he had written for a return address, Anzio Beachhead. He was a member of the Invasion MPs, an organization of military police had become the traffic officers for the invading forces. The telegram from the Adjutant General Julio stated additional information would come to Miss Sullivan in a letter which was to follow telegram.